Hello everybody and welcome to Tricky Word Friday in Phonics. It's going to be exactly the same as in school. We're going to do all of our sounds first, followed by our tricky words and our high frequency words. So again, just like in school, you'll need a piece of paper and a pencil. So if you haven't got one, go and get one now and pause this video and come back when you've got one and you're ready. Okay, have you got all the things that you will need? You will need your good-looking eyes, you will need your thinking brain, and you will need a piece of paper and something to write on so that you can do some writing in a few minutes. But first, put your things down and look this way. We're going to do all of our sounds this morning, but because it's a Friday, we're going to do them in a game. And because I'm having to share my screen with you, I've got control of the game today, which means I'm going to choose the racetrack, the colour of the car, and the design on the car. But you are going to do the reading. So let me make my screen big. I'm hoping you can see it. There we are. So now all the distractions have gone. We're going to keep the racetrack. I'm going to change my colour car to red. I'm going to change my design to flames. I hope that inspires you, iguanas and elephants. No, it would me. Are you ready? I'm going to move on each sound, but I want you to read it out loud, shout it at your computer screen as loudly as you can, as long as Mum and Dad aren't working somewhere. And let's see how quickly we can get through all the sounds that we know. When the lights go. Y, A, oi, E, ow, Z, I, your, ear, ow, E, A, sh, or, oo, or, ch, r, z. We did 21 graphemes in 46 seconds. I wonder how we will get on next time. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing that bit. And it's just going back to me now, because now it's our turn to do all of our tricky words and our high frequency words. Are you ready to do good reading? Now remember, if the word has got a blue or green border around it, it means we can sound talk it, but we want you to be able to read it, I say, just like that, because then you will be a quicker and more efficient reader. If the word has got a red border around it, remember it's a tricky word and we can't sound talk it. There are lots of words. Are you ready? Your turn, my turn. Off you go. Just, went, to, put, will, see, with, for, that, this, but, and, big, them, then, now. Those are all our high frequency words. Are you ready for the tricky words? Remember, we can't sound talk them. You just have to know them. Your turn, my turn. There, have, what, one, little, come, were, like, do, out, when, some, I, they, she, we, me, be, go, to, the, her, he, are, was, my, no, you, so, and said. And if you're an iguana, you will know this one should be a red word, but I can't find my copy of the red word. So elephants, this one is a tricky word. Said. I know it's in green, but it is a tricky word. And actually, those are two tricky words that I want you to think about today. So, tricky word. Have you got your paper and pencil? Because before I give you today's new tricky words to read, we're going to practice writing two of the tricky words we already know. The first tricky word I want you to write, I have given you a clue, is the tricky word so. Can you write me the tricky word so? So. I'll give you a clue. The tricky bit's the O sound. Have a look. You ready? Have you written it? Here we are. So. There's the tricky bit because the letter is making its capital letter name. It's making an O sound, not an O. So. The next one, I think this is a really horrible word to write, but I know you're going to have a go and do it. It's one of the really useful words when we're doing lots of writing. The word is said. Now we know it's not s-ed, because if it was s-ed, it wouldn't be a tricky word at all. So have a go. Think about the tricky word said. The s and the d work. It's that eh sound in the middle. Have a think. Do you know how to write the tricky word said? If you do, brilliant. If you don't, here it is. Have a look now. There is that grotty bit in the middle. S-aid. S-ed. While I hold it up, if you haven't managed to write it now. If you need to pause the video, that's fine. That's your tricky word said. Mrs. Ironside said, "You're doing a great job. I'm proud of you." Okay, that's your writing for your tricky words done for today. But there are 3 more tricky words to add to the pile. I've got them here. 2 of them are red tricky words, and 1 of them is a blue word. So it's not a tricky word, but I think it should be. Let me show you. This is the first word I want you to read. It says old. Old. What do you notice about that O? Yes, it's not making an O sound, is it? It's making the O. It's using its capital letter name. Old. So actually, I think this one probably should be a red word, but I've looked in my pile and I can't find a red one. So that's the new word, old. There are some days when I feel old. Old. Now the next word is a tricky word. For the same reason, really, because of this sound at the front. It says, oh. My turn, your turn. Oh. 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 That's our tricky word. Oh. And the next tricky word is the tricky word there. Again, my turn, your turn. Are you ready? There. 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 Are you ready? I'm going to try and trick you now. Use some good looking. Be ready. See if you can shout it out before I do. On your marks, get set, go. Old. Oh. There. Oh. There. Oh. Old. Can you be quicker? There. Oh. Old. There. I'm going to stop those now, add them to our pile. So next week, they will be in our pile of tricky words. And because it's a Friday, I'm going to give you a sentence that includes lots of the sounds that we have learnt this week. So this is your last thing that you are doing in phonics today. Keep concentrating because I know you are good at writing sentences. We're going to write the sentence, he cried at the loud sound. So we've got 6 words. He, tricky word, he cried, using our I digraph from earlier on this week. He cried at, that's easy, that's easy, loud, using our ow digraph from this week. He cried at the loud sound. And again, sound and loud both have that ow digraph from this week. So are you ready? Capital letters, finger spacers, full stops. Give this sentence a go. He cried at the loud sound. Pause the video, off you go and write it. That's brilliant. Are you ready now to check it out? I've got one written on my whiteboard. I've got it behind me. You've got one written on your piece of paper, hopefully. Shall we turn the whiteboard around and see if you've got the same as me? What was the first word? He. Okay. Let's have a look. Did I get it right? Can you see the whiteboard? I had a phonics finger here earlier and I've lost it already. Let's use my real finger. Capital letter, tricky word, he. So I can't use sound buttons. He. I'd. There's our new I slice of pie. He cried at, we can do at, the, no sound buttons because it's a tricky word. He cried at the loud. Ow, shout it out. There's our new sound. Loud, sound. He cried at the loud sound. Don't forget, there on the end is my full stop. How did you do? If you didn't quite get the same as me, this is your chance now to pause the video and write it out properly. Give it a go. Okay, thank you very much, elephants and iguanas. It's been great doing phonics with you this week. Miss Ellis is taking all of next week's phonics, but I'll be back the week after that. I hope you carry on enjoying your learning. Thank you very much. Bye-bye, take care.